You've seen it 100 times. Giant trucks lined up, side by side in the dark, completely silent. And right across the road there is a glowing motel sign. And your brain probably fills in the blanks automatically. Maybe those drivers can't afford a hotel. But in reality that's not true, because that assumption falls apart the moment you actually examine how modern trucking works. So let's have a simple discussion about why truck drivers prefer the cab over a hotel room. Now first, we need to correct an outdated image. Most people still picture truck drivers sleeping in a reclined seat with a rolled-up jacket as a pillow. That version of trucking is decades old. Modern sleeper cabs are fully engineered living spaces. Most long-haul trucks now come with full-size bunks, built-in storage, refrigerators, microwaves, power inverters, televisions, and enough electrical capacity to run laptops, appliances, and sometimes even gaming consoles. Premium models include memory foam mattresses and insulation designed to block highway noise surprisingly well. This isn't a place drivers reluctantly settle for. It's a space specifically designed for people who spend most of their lives on the road. And once you understand that, the hotel option starts making a lot less sense. A fully loaded semi-truck can be nearly 70 feet long and weigh up to 80,000 pounds. Most motels were never designed for vehicles that size. Parking lots are too small, entrances are too tight, and safe overnight truck parking is often limited or completely unavailable. So before a driver can even think about checking into a hotel, they first have to find a place where the truck itself can legally and safely stay overnight. On unfamiliar roads, late at night, after driving for 10 hours straight, that search can easily waste an hour or more. And in trucking, time is heavily regulated. Federal laws in the United States strictly control how long drivers are allowed to operate before mandatory rest periods begin. Electronic logging devices track every minute automatically. They don't negotiate and they don't care about excuses. So if a driver burns 90 minutes searching for hotel parking, that's 90 fewer minutes of sleep. Then there's the financial side. A roadside motel on a major freight route can easily cost between $80 and $150 a night. Over roughly 200 nights a year on the road, that becomes $16,000 to $30,000 annually, paid out of pocket. Meanwhile, the sleeper cab is already there. The refrigerator is already stocked. The exact pillow, blanket, blackout curtain, and routine the driver prefers are already in place. No check-in, no checkout, no parking fees, no hauling luggage across a dark parking lot at midnight. But one of the biggest reasons drivers stay in the cab is something most outsiders rarely think about: cargo security. Cargo theft in the United States costs the industry billions of dollars every year. And this isn't random crime. Organized crews specifically target parked trailers carrying valuable freight. They know where trucks stop, and they know drivers are legally required to remain parked for certain periods of time. The moment a driver signs for a load, they become responsible for it. If thousands or even millions of dollars worth of cargo disappears while they're sleeping across the street in a motel, the accountability trail points directly back to them. Sleeping inside the cab means staying only a few feet away from the load they're responsible for protecting. And then there's the psychological side of it, the part veteran drivers mention constantly. Long-haul trucking is a lifestyle built around constant change. Different cities, different weather, different traffic, different schedules, different loading docks every single day. The only thing that stays familiar is the cab itself. The bunk is always in the same spot. The temperature is exactly how the driver likes it. The coffee maker hasn't moved in months. Research on sleep and cognitive performance consistently shows that familiar sleeping environments improve sleep quality and recovery. And when your job involves operating a 40-ton vehicle at highway speeds, good sleep isn't a luxury, it's a safety requirement. But underneath all the logistics, regulations, money, and security, veteran drivers usually come back to one final reason: the cab is their own. In a job controlled by dispatchers, schedules, freight deadlines, and endless highways, the truck becomes the one private space a driver fully controls. Everything inside it is arranged exactly the way they want: their routine, their belongings, their small sense of stability in a profession built around movement. And once you understand that, the motel across the street stops looking like the better option. The cab isn't just where truck drivers sleep. For many of them, it's home.